The Awakening, the Life and Wisdom of the Buddha. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Prince. In the quiet groves of Lumbini, under the soft golden glow of the dawn sun, a child was born who would one day change the world. His mother, Queen Maya, gazed upon him with awe and tenderness. The air was fragrant with jasmine, and the gentle murmur of fountains and birdsong filled the palace garden. The newborn's cry carried a clarity beyond its age, as if the world itself had acknowledged his arrival. Prophets and sages whispered of his destiny. He would either become a great king, ruling lands with unmatched strength, or a spiritual guide, leading countless souls toward peace and understanding. Surrounded by silk drapes, perfumed oils, and the laughter of attendants, the boy, Siddhartha, grew in comfort and luxury. Yet even within gilded walls, a quiet yearning stirred in his heart. Siddhartha noticed the subtleties of life, the patterns of birds in the sky, the reflection of clouds in the river, the fleeting expressions of joy or sorrow on the faces around him. Questions formed in his mind that no tutor could fully answer. Why does suffering exist? Why is joy fleeting? What is the purpose of life? These questions lingered like soft echoes, persistent until they could no longer be ignored. Even surrounded by wealth and beauty, Siddhartha felt an invisible weight. His heart longed to understand not just the world of ease and pleasure, but the deeper truths hidden in the lives of all living beings. Chapter 2. The Four Sights. When Siddhartha reached adulthood, the palace could no longer contain his curiosity. One day, with the help of his charioteer, he ventured beyond the gates. The city unfolded before him, alive, bustling, vivid, but marked by realities he had never seen. First, he saw an old man, bent and fragile, leaning on a staff. Confusion and unease gripped his heart. How could life bring such frailty to all? Next, he encountered a sick man, shivering with fever and moaning in pain. Siddhartha's chest tightened at the rawness of human suffering. Then came a funeral procession. A lifeless body was carried to its resting place. The inevitability of death struck Siddhartha with a force no luxury could shield him from. Finally, he saw a wandering ascetic, serene and radiant, untouched by worldly sorrow. This figure carried a calmness, a lightness, a presence that spoke of answers Siddhartha yearned to find. The young prince returned to the palace that night, his heart heavy and restless. Questions turned to determination. He could no longer live a sheltered life. To understand suffering, he must leave behind comfort, wealth, and certainty. Chapter 3. The Great Renunciation. Under the silver glow of the moon, Siddhartha left the palace quietly. He kissed his sleeping wife Yasodhara and infant son Rahula, a tear glinting in the moonlight. He walked into the night, leaving behind a world of comfort for the unknown, carrying only compassion, courage, and an unwavering desire to understand truth. He traveled into forests and villages, seeking teachers, learning meditation, and practicing austere self-discipline. Days turned to nights, nights into months. His body grew lean, his muscles and skin weathered, yet his spirit sharpened. He learned extremes of denial, yet the insight eluded him. Joy and fulfillment could not be found in mere self-deprivation. In quiet moments beneath the stars, he contemplated the lives he had seen, the sick, the aged, the grieving, and the serene. He realized wisdom was not escaping life, but embracing it fully, with clarity, compassion, and balance. Chapter 4. Enlightenment. Under the Bodhi tree. At last, Siddhartha arrived at a sacred grove in Bodh Gaya. He sat beneath a large ancient tree, now known as the Bodhi, determined to meditate until the truth revealed itself. Days passed. Nights stretched into silent stretches of introspection. Dark forces of fear, doubt, and desire assailed him, personified in the demon Mara, who whispered of distraction, temptation, and despair. Siddhartha remained steadfast, his mind trained through discipline and reflection, observed without attachment, learning the rhythm of existence itself. Then, in a moment of transcendent clarity, the world's Siddhartha saw the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to liberation. He saw that life is impermanent, that desire binds suffering, and that freedom lies in the middle way, neither indulgence nor extreme austerity. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. A profound peace settled in his being, radiating outward like ripples across a pond. Compassion, wisdom, and serenity intertwined, and the world itself seemed to acknowledge the birth of a teacher who would guide countless hearts. Chapter 5. Spreading the Dharma. For 45 years, the Buddha traveled through villages and cities, sharing the Dharma, the teachings of truth, compassion, and liberation. He taught the Four Noble Truths, that suffering exists, it has causes, it can end, and there is a path to its cessation. He explained the Eightfold Path, guiding right understanding, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. He gathered disciples, forming the Sangha, a community of monks and nuns devoted to spiritual growth. They practiced meditation, ethical living, and service, learning that wisdom alone was not enough without compassion in action. Stories of his life and teachings spread. A sick person healed by kindness, a quarrel resolved through patience, a child learning generosity. Every word, every act embodied the principles of mindfulness, ethical conduct, and loving kindness. Buddha's parables were simple yet profound. He spoke of a mustard seed illustrating impermanence, of a lamp illuminating darkness, of rivers converging to the ocean as a metaphor for the union of wisdom and compassion. People of all walks of life, from peasants to kings, were drawn to his presence. Chapter 6: Legacy and Spread across the world. In his final days, the Buddha lay under a quiet grove, serene and composed. He spoke gently to his disciples, reminding them that all things are impermanent, that each person must walk their path with mindfulness and compassion. With these words, he entered Mahaparinirvana, passing from the world in body, yet leaving teachings eternal in spirit. His disciples carried the Dharma far beyond India. In Sri Lanka, the teachings took root in the monastic traditions of Theravada Buddhism. Across China, Korea, and Japan, Mahayana teachings flourished, emphasizing wisdom and compassion for all beings. In Tibet, Vajrayana practices intertwined meditation, ritual, and devotion. Through centuries, the Buddha's teachings inspired countless hearts, guiding people to mindfulness, ethical living, and peace. Even today, in temples, meditation halls, and quiet moments of reflection, his wisdom endures, reminding us that life is a journey of awakening, understanding, and love. Buddha's story is not merely history, it is a living path. It teaches that suffering is universal, that mindfulness reveals the truth, and that compassion transforms both the self and the world. From the palace of Lumbini to the hearts of millions, the journey of Siddhartha remains timeless, a testament to the power of awakening and the enduring light of wisdom.